pregame.com.
How does Ohio State versus Michigan affect Ohio State versus Michigan State? This is Brad Powers in the pregame.com studios just off the Vegas Strip. We are indeed talking Ohio State at Michigan State. Fez, who do you like and why?
All over Sparty, plus the 22 points. This is Michigan State's bowl game here. Yes, it's been a disaster. It's been a horrible season for Michigan State. There will be no roses. There will be no bowl game. But this is the game that they are all in. I know they've got a season finale at Penn State, but it's their last home game that they are going to bring it here.
Not only are they all in here, but Michigan State, a program traditionally under Mark D'Antonio, their head coach, with their chip on their shoulder in the underdog role. How about this? The last 16 games in the underdog role, 14-2 against the spread, 10 outright upsets in those games. And this year, believe it or not, even though they're 3-7, they've only been an underdog in 2 games. How have they done? 2-0 against the spread, outright upset over Notre Dame and South Bend, and just a couple weeks ago at home, double-digit cover against Michigan.
Man, we got it all here. So we got a general trend, all games, Michigan State great as an underdog. But in this game, you can make a great case on a standalone basis that Michigan State is the right side. I love it.
On top of it, Michigan State playing their best ball of the season off their best performance of the season. I know it's just Rutgers, but they took the wood to them 49-0 last week. And just 2 weeks ago, yes, they lost outright to Illinois, but deep dive box score into that game. They're plus 150 yards, should have won that football game.
And the eye test in the Michigan game. I remember I saw it. They played that team toe-to-toe. They were physical. They could match up with the athletes. And on top of it, what's this? A bad weather report. We all know Ohio State went to Penn State, wasn't so happy. They lost outright as a big favorite. Rain and wind. Guess what? East Lansing, lots of rain and lots of wind here this Saturday.
Second main handicap.
Second main handicap, Ohio State. They're looking forward to their game against Michigan. That is the game that they're focused on. Hey, they're ranked number 2, and they know 2 wins are going to go ahead and put them into the Final Four. They're already, I'm sure, scheming a little bit for Michigan the following week.
Now, that might be true to a certain extent, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. Last year, Ohio State, number 1 in the country most of the season. They're 10-0. They're playing their final home game. And who beats them outright as a huge underdog? Michigan State. So Ohio State is in revenge mode here. And if you don't think that doesn't mean something to the Buckeyes, try this on for size. 15-1 against the spread their last 16 when they are in revenge mode off a straight-up win. How does that affect your handicap?
It's going to be 15-2 on Sunday. They're beyond motivated to win, but they know they got to win 2 games. So they can go ahead and get up by 17 points in this game. At that point, I think they run the ball, they get out of Dodge, they get the win. They know the most important game is next week.
All right, you want to make it official?
Let's make it official. We have a disappointing season for Michigan State, but this is their bowl game. Next week, Ohio State, Michigan, winner take all. This week, Ohio State just wants a win, not a blowout. Fez Math says Michigan State plus 22. More videos at pregame.com.